All right, so this is a really quick video. Couple things going on right now. On the right side, there's some gold, but here's the reason why I'm making this video. So I'm using DeepCharts as my platform. Um, let's just focus in on this trade. Okay, I got a bunch of shit on the screen here. All right, so what I'm gonna do first and foremost is remove a bunch of shit so we can start from scratch, so you can kind of see what happened. Um, so I'm gonna delete all of these lines out. Okay. So here's our daily high up top. I entered this fucking trade way over here. So I've been like sweating it for a while, but it's a very, very small trade. Um, but regardless, I want to go over the TA because it doesn't matter how much I make or lose. What matters is, why I decided to stay in this fucking trade for so long when we're at the tops. And I do think there was a lot of room up here to get back to this level, and we still may get there. But I think we're going to pull back near this daily VWAP. So this is a daily volume profile. You can see the volume area or value area is all the way to the top. There's a very little value area low here. Um, here's our point of control, and you have this low volume node right here in between this area where we're creating value and this point of control where most of the volume has been traded today. Then we have the initial balance high here, which was the after an hour. This was the high for the first hour of trading. Now we're sweating a little bit here, right? We've been going in and out. Basically, this entry is like right on a major decision point. We may lose the trade, but regardless, I wanted to play it out in on a video and kind of show you how I came about this. So the first thing I did was I zoomed away and we looked at some lines here. We had lots of. I'm gonna put some stuff on the screen now. So we had lots of buyers getting absorbed here. Lots of aggressive selling right below it. So this whole zone right here is very protected in my opinion. And that's number one. Number two, I see this low volume node. Since we do have some downward momentum, my thought is we are going to return to this low volume area over here. Okay, so that's number one. And then let's go ahead and continue on here. So that's on the higher time frame. Um, Now, just on this shorter duration or shorter time frame, let's call it, this is from what, 13:30 Eastern time, 13:20 Eastern time to 4. So this is like an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm just going to draw another volume profile right here. Okay. So what we can see is we have these buyers failed right here. And then we have more selling pressure all the way through there. And we're below the point of control for this short-term swing, and we're returning back to this. We have a low volume node down here, which is essentially near my target. Now, realistically, we could probably take this all the way down to the POC. But we had an area here where sellers got absorbed, and then we had some buyers step in. Had some buyers step in here as well, and there's a tiny little shelf. So on the conservative side, we could take an easy $27, or we can kind of push that down a little bit and take it back to the POC. All right, so before expecting a rejection. So this is a really tiny trade. These are funded accounts, and I'm just little bunts. I'm going for bunts here. So what I wanted to show you essentially was the power of using higher time frame or longer time frame areas in delta along with shorter time frame areas in delta to help you set up these little. I thought this was going to be a quick scalp, to be honest, but we kept resisting from this previous area of effort. You can see a lot of sellers here that kind of got absorbed, but we're going to hit this target and we're out, right? Obviously it's going to probably come back to the POC, right? But and then let's see what happens here. But just to show you, that's kind of how I approach and use profile. Pretty crazy because I really was anticipating us continuing higher. All right, I was anticipating us continuing all the way up. Actually, we still may, right? All the way up to this perception zone right here. Let's put a line there. I'm going to bring up another chart. So we're going to bring up a profile chart, which just shows RTH profile. Now that we're out of that trade. Um, so here's today's candle. This is a TPO chart. It's yesterday's, Monday's prior week. This is not including RTH. So one thing you're going to notice here, this was my target. We have this low volume node here and this low volume node here. So I was anticipating price to get to at least there, if not this next line, and ultimately this point of control. Right, so we had a previous profile value area high. So I would still anticipate probably price pushing up to maybe this 25,378, maybe even 25,400, right? So that's kind of the idea. But I saw that little scalp. Regardless, I figured we'd come back and test. Um, so we're really cleaning up this area right here and repairing. All right, will we open up the evening and take out this high right here? Is that a future target? Who knows? It's like 500, big number. It's likely. All right, so we have it's a value area high from a previous profile. Also had right at that 50%, we had a point of control. We have single prints up here, just a long tail. And we have a value area high here as well. And if we really want to see where previous value range was, it's probably right there. So, it's a lot to look at. So we got all this value established here as well, here as well. A little bit above it, a little bit below it, but that's kind of how I use all these different tools. And this is time-based profiles. So it's a combination of volume-based profiles, time-based profiles, and delta profiles. Now, what if we added I've never actually done this, but I don't even know if I can add a delta profile to this. Oh, you can, just delta though. Okay. So interesting. I've not used this. So this is essentially showing you the positive and negative delta daily candles here. Interesting. It's a delta profile. So never used this before. But what you can see clearly is that this area right here is heavy, right? Might even be able to come right up to this area is real heavy right here. So that would be where I expect price to come to next, if not break these highs. Um, and again, that's at 25, 400 ish, 25, 350 ish. And again, like I said, it could continue to move up after a pullback. So we will, where is this? Delta. Let's go back to, was this time based? Yeah, there we go. You can see that completely coincides with what I just marked. So that's it for this video. Um, Hopefully you found it informative. This is DeepCharts and I love it. It's just so easy, very appealing to the eye. It's fast. I can copy trade. I can look at my set up different accounts to copy trade, as you can see here. I can, let's open my portfolio here. I can look at all my accounts. So a lot of these are blown. So blown, 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 blown. This is the only active one right now, up 435 on the day, 51,000. I have a Lucid. This one is active. These are blown right here. These two are blown. And so I blew a lot of Legends accounts. They're pretty cheap. I was just stupid though, man. Just bad trading. I can't blame, just putting on too much size, essentially, or holding on to losers too long. So that's the big change. Now the important accounts right here. Obviously, this is the one I'm trading for Lucid. It's a test account. We're up 547 on the day. This one was blown. It was an eval. And these are all paid performance accounts, so they're funded. And we're up 105, 106, 106, 106, and 236 on the day in our funded accounts, and they all have positive balances. So we're just chipping away at these. We're going to take them to pay out. So we're going to be very conservative. We're going to take our time no matter how long it takes. But this is another great feature. I like this too because you can come in here and close out any open positions at the end of the day really quickly to ensure that you don't have anything open. So we'll do that right now. I'm in no accounts, but I want to make sure that Apex will close automatically. Oop, didn't want to do that. You can also look at individual accounts, which is nice. So you just come through, close out. That actually was blown. Didn't need to do that. And we come into our Lucid, close that out. We come into our one. Now all positions are closed. So that's a pretty cool feature. Um, Look at NQ just ripping down, right? Could I have held that position? Absolutely, but that was not my plan, right? I expected, now that we're here, I expected to get a response at a high volume node, which is right here, actually. So I expect to get a response. Maybe we get one more push up to the top to close out the day. Does it? A lot of resistance right now, though. So not sure if that's going to happen. Other than that, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and we'll cover them. Have a good one.